Hey, single moms, I'm coming to make this video message for you. And I want to talk to a particular type of single mom. Now, those of you who are single mothers and you are arrogant, you feel like you have done everything perfectly, or you are doing everything perfectly as a mom. You have never had a day where you have cursed at your child or children. You've never had a day where your house has been dirty for a day or maybe several days. You feel you are perfect in a sense. You have never raised your voice at your children. You are always available to your children to talk to them, to play with them. You are always in a position where you have the energy and the strength to cook a full course meal for your child or for your children every single day. Guess what? I'm not talking to you. You're not invited to come into my comment section and start to brag or start to throw shade at any single mother who will resonate with what I am about to talk about when I'm targeting them and these particular things. So, let me get back to the message. Single moms, let me explain something to you. Those of you who are tired, those of you who are struggling with depression, those of you who are exhausted spiritually because you have taken battle after battle after battle spiritually. You've had a lot of storms in your life, and it has led you to have heavy depression. It has led you to be mentally exhausted and sometimes physically exhausted. It has led you to not really feel energetic and motivated to do a lot with your children. So at this point, you are just really doing what's necessary. You know your kids need to eat, so you make sure you have food in the house. You know your kids need shoes and clothes, so you make sure your children have shoes and clothes. You know your children need a roof over their head, so you do what you need to do. If that means crashing at a friend's house, moving in somebody's house, going to a shelter, or just if you do have your own home or apartment or whatever your living arrangement is now, you are simply doing the best that you know how with what you have. Let me break something down and tell you all something, because I'm here to encourage every single mom out here who is just having a tough time, and you have been being attacked by people who are on the outside looking in at you as a woman and you as a mother. I want to tell you something. When there are outsiders looking in when it pertains to you, they don't realize that to be you, being a single mother, they don't understand that the way you are performing, the way that you are operating, the way that you execute things as a mother is happening at the level that it is, even though it may not be ideal or approved of by those outsiders, because you are only moving that way and executing that way and operating that way because of the resources, the strength, and the knowledge that you have. In life, every single one of us, we do things based off our personal capacity. And so if you as a single mom only have the capacity to do the bare minimum for whatever reason, whether right now you are at a place where you are struggling with depression, so you can just clean up very little in your house, and you don't want to reach out to anybody for help because you know the people that you can reach out to, they are gossiping about how your house looks. Instead of trying to help you, instead of trying to assist you, they would rather go spread it to other family members. They would rather go spread it to their friends or to their family members. They're not going to come and help you clean up. They're not going to ask, do you need help? They're going to judge you. Again, not realizing that you had to muster up the little bit of strength that you had for the day that they saw your home looking the way it looked, based off the level of strength that you have had. Outsiders looking in don't understand that you may operate in the capacity you do because of the knowledge you have. Some people, okay, they only can operate at a certain capacity because they don't have a lot of knowledge. If they don't have certain information, and if they don't have certain resources, whatever they do know, no matter how small it is, that is the capacity they are going to operate in. This is why I'm telling you all, as a single mother, don't you dare apologize for the fact that you are performing at a level that only God knows, understands, and sees, and you understand because of your knowledge, resources, and strength. Sometimes when you have depleted a lot of your strength and you reach out to somebody and tell them, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this. I feel discouraged. I feel defeated. Outsiders looking in don't always understand that in every single mother's situation who is doing this alone with very little assistance, that if they've had a bad experience or several bad experiences where one time or another they tried to reach out to somebody for assistance or for help and they got talked about, they got misjudged, they got called out of their name, then they don't understand why now you are silent about your struggle mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Outsiders looking in don't understand you being a single struggling mother, that when you were limited on finances and you went without, or your children went without, you went without because if mentally you're not there and you're struggling with depression, or you feel discouraged and defeated and like you want to give up, you're not going to be energized enough to get out the bed that particular day, to cook, to clean, or to be active with your children. Depression is a spirit, and depression robs you. I have battled with it before in my life. And at moments when I was struggling and battling with that spirit from hell, I was called certain names because outsiders looking in did not fully understand what I was up against and what I was dealing with. They didn't know that with my capacity, with my strength, with my knowledge, and with my resources, that I do the best that I can as a single mom. So to any one of you single mothers out here who you've been misjudged, you have been perceived to be a certain type of mother because today you just don't have strength. Today you just don't feel like getting out of bed. Today you don't feel like playing with your children. Or you had a bad experience where you did trust someone enough to tell them, hey, I need your help. I don't have the energy and the strength to clean up. Hey, I need your help. I don't really have the strength to really talk to my kids. Can you come spend some time with them? They don't understand that a simple struggle or hardship does not make you a bad mom. To every single mother who clicked on this video message, if you had to pay one bill because you didn't have the money to pay another bill, and something in particular got cut off in your house or your apartment, and you got called every name in the book, that's who I'm addressing. Because see, outsiders looking in, they don't understand that you have integrity. That's who I'm talking to as a single mother. Some single mothers have integrity, meaning they're not going to go and allow a man to move in with them to help them pay their mortgage or their rent. Some single struggling mothers have integrity to where they're not going to pack up their stuff if they can no longer pay their rent or their mortgage and they move in with a man, meaning they now have to offer up their body in exchange for that man opening up his door, allowing her and her child or children to live with them because he's keeping a roof over their head, food in their stomach, or shoes on their feet and clothes on their backs. Some single mothers out here have bypassed that and said, you know what, I'ma just go through this struggle. I'ma just do whatever it is I have to do to keep the roof over me and my kids' head. But there are gonna be some days that maybe the lights are not on. We're gonna have to use flashlight and candles. There's gonna be some days we can't eat a steak. We can't eat a pot roast. We're gonna have to eat noodles. We're gonna have to eat hot dogs. Who am I talking to? Those are the single mothers that I'm talking to. If you have been a single mother and you have been looked at as a trifling mother because you didn't clean up when simply you were battling depression, if you have been a single mother and you were called a toxic, lazy, trifling mother, but you were battling things spiritually and you really did not have the strength or the energy to get out of bed, to talk to your children or to play with your children or even to handle certain issues and certain things that they had going on. But then someone on the outside looking in misjudged you and they believed that how you were moving and how you were operating, that it was intentional. Outsiders looking in, especially if they are carnal people, they will never understand a battle or spiritual warfare. They will never understand a single struggling mother having integrity. I'm telling every single one of you single moms out here, some of you, you have entered into a new season and a higher level. And now God is going to do something amazing for you because you know what you did? You simply waited it out. You waited for God. You did not compromise your integrity. You did not compromise your reputation. You did not compromise your dignity. All while you were being targeted and looked at as a bad mother, as a lazy mother, as a trifling mother, as a mother who did not really care about her children because you were having real battles, or when you did have the strength to reach out to someone or a couple of people to ask for help, they rejected you. You turned down a man because you knew that the minute you allowed him in your household, that he was going to be abusive and take advantage of your vulnerability as a struggling single mom. Or some of you moms, if you moved in with a particular man, he would be abusive to you. He would be abusive to your children. Or you knew you could not in the long haul depend on him. In the beginning, he may have taken you and your child or your children in and helped you, but once he got tired of you, he would dismiss you and throw you out, and you would be back at square one. You discerned it, you felt it, you saw it afar off. So what did you do? If you had to sit in the dark for a couple of weeks until you got that other paycheck to pay your light bill, then so be it. If you had to go without eating the food you really wanted to eat, you looked at it as a single mom. But my kids did eat. We didn't have a great grand dinner, but we did eat. Do my kids have the latest fashions and the latest gym shoes? No. But do my children have clothes on their back and shoes on their feet? Yes. Those are the single mothers that I am talking to right now in this video message. If you have been that single mother who has gone through a hard time, and you are still going through a hard time, and for years and years and years, you have been attacked by various people. It could be your parents. It could be fake friends. It could be your ex-husband. It could be your ex-fiance. It could be your ex-boyfriend. It could be your ex-mother-in-law. It could be your ex-father-in-law. It could be certain cousins. It could be certain aunties, uncles, and siblings who have misjudged you, and they have slandered you and spoke against you, really not realizing that your battle and your struggle as a single mother was so much deeper than what meets their eye. And because you never spoke out on it, it caused them to talk out a turn. It caused them to misjudge you. It caused them to expose your weakness to outside people, and other attacks from them exposing you having a hard time cause a whole other list and set of problems for you. You are the single mother that I am talking to. But to comfort you, I am here to tell you that because of you having, again, the strength, the knowledge, and the resources that you did, along with you waiting on God and trusting in God, now God is going to do something major for you. God has something for you. People on the outside looking in never know behind closed doors when they begin to misjudge you as a single mother. They don't know the tears that you are crying. They don't know the petition that you are putting before God. People on the outside looking in don't know you may have been a single divorced mom, or you may have been a single mother who was abused by the father of your child or children. And because you set boundaries with him and he walked away from you, or you had to walk away from him because your children were seeing you be verbally and physically abused, and because you got firm with him after 5, 10, 15, 20 years, he got angry and stopped paying the rent. He got angry and stopped paying the mortgage. He got angry and took that car from you. He got angry and wouldn't give you money to pay the light bill, to pay the water bill, or to pay the gas bill. Or you had something go on in your family, and all of a sudden, the trajectory of the setup, meaning you were taking care of a loved one and they died, and because they had not put things in order before they left, everything fell on you. And you are running this way to try to handle this, but while you handling that, that over there is falling apart. And while you handling that and that over there, then something is going on with this child and you got to handle that. But then you got another child, something going on with them. Then you got to go to the school and do this. But then you got to go to work and do that. But then you got to go back in the house and do this. But then you got to go to court and take care of that because that loved one died and you taking care of their business. And you got all this different stuff that's piling up and 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 piling up on you, to where even in the midst, you are still keeping your head above water, but outsiders looking in. Because your situation and because of how you are executing and moving and operating as a single mom is not ideal or approved of by them, they will badmouth you. I'm talking to you and I'm telling you that now God is going to do something for you. God has something new for you. You are in a new season because you simply trusted and waited on God. You did not degrade yourself. You did not compromise the safety of not only yourself, but your son or your daughter or your sons and daughters. You took the name calling. You took the disrespect. You took the misjudgment. You took the slander. You took it all. You took it all. And you didn't break into a sweat. You let God handle it. So now that God has moved you to a different season, now you will see God turn some things around. Be encouraged, single moms. Again, this video is not for arrogant, prideful women. If you feel like you are a perfect woman and you feel like you are a perfect mother and you've never made no mistakes and your kids are on point and every single day your house is on point, every single day you cook a full course meal, you have never said a cuss word at your child, you have never raised your voice at a child, not justifying it, but just you being a human being and stressed out or depressed or frustrated. If that's not you, because you're just this perfect mom and everything you do as a mom is perfect, this video message is not for you. Don't even comment. Shh. Leave quietly. You don't have to make a comment and say anything to me or any other mother. This video is not for everybody. It's only for the single mothers that this video message, you get it. It hits you, it pierces you in your spirit, in your mind, and in your heart. It resonates. Something resonates here. I'm telling you, I know for a fact I am not the only one that went through that type of situation. I'm not the only one. Be encouraged. God has something for you, struggling single mothers. And you are still a mother. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say about you or what they perceive you or what they think about how you are being a parent. As long as you are not abusing your children, you're not coming up missing on your kids, you're not dumping your children off for other people, you don't have a drug or an alcohol problem, but simply because you have just struggled and had a hardship, but outsiders looking in have looked at you as being a bad mom simply for a hardship, simply for certain struggles financially or lack of resources or lack of help from the father of your child or children. Anyway, this video message is for you. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.